Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rajesh Krishnia. I head the banking and financial services vertical at Nutanix in India. Topic of my conversation today is how Nutanix is helping customers adopt in a multi-cloud era. But before I get started, I wanted to say thanks to all of you all from the banking and financial services vertical. In the last 12 to 14 months, while we've been trying to live through this coronavirus pandemic, it's a professional like yourself who have made sure that our life continues to be as smooth, as normal as possible while risking your own lives in running the banks, insurance companies, the other industries that you belong to. So in a true sense, all of you all are yourself, true COVID warriors. So thank you very much for that. One of the things I wanted to cover during the conversation today, essentially, rather than talking to you about the portfolio that Nutanix carries, is what we've been hearing from our customers, what we've been seeing them talking to us, and what we've been seeing them doing in their own environments. And then how Nutanix has been part of that journey for some of our customers. So there are three broad topics where we've seen Nutanix as being relevant to what's really critical to customers in these times. The number one is modernization. Whether you talk about applications or you talk about platforms, really customers are looking to modernize all of this to ensure that they are able to offer services digitally to all the customers of theirs, as well as getting new prospects on board. The other thing is automation. And really, this is something I think every customer has been talking about for the last maybe 5-10 years. But the coronavirus pandemic has really brought on forth what value does automation bring to the table when you talk about customers working from home, accessing your services, your own partners, your own employees working from home or on the field and delivering some services. And last, of course, most importantly, we've seen this very important messaging that's coming out from every regulator around compliance, which is essentially to do with, in our context, how do you ensure service availability even in case of a downtime that's happening within the data center, right? And that's a big thing, big push from the regulators, from the government to ensure that the banking and financial services delivered to. So the first topic I wanted to cover a little bit in detail, and what we are seeing here essentially is around modernization of applications and platforms. If we talk about the tier one applications, right, which are the workhorse of, say, our banks and insurance companies, over the last 12 months, we have seen an unprecedented push from the customers to go ahead and modernize these applications. A classic example would be core banking in a bank, at a large bank. And we've seen one of the customers actually during these times migrate their core banking, which used to run in a legacy format, onto a container-based platform. Similarly, another top 3 large private sector bank has gone ahead and modernized their loan management system. All of that during the coronavirus times. Now, normally we would think in times like this, customers would become very, very risk averse, not be wanting to make much changes, see how things pan out, and then take a call. But in the banking and financial services sector, we have seen exactly the opposite. Kudos to the customers for taking that kind of opportunity in these crisis times. What are the roles that Nutanix has to play in this journey? Nutanix is today providing a platform to our customers that can help them modernize their applications, whether it is running in the form of a virtual machine or it is being redesigned and replatformed to run as a container, as a microservices architecture. We can deliver that platform to run your application. The Nutanix platform is also by nature designed in a web scale format, which is what today large cloud players are offering to customers. That enables customers to modernize the platforms as well. And Nutanix is readily available to cater to the performance needs that some of these tier one applications will have. The second thing we are seeing a lot of focus from customers is on real-time applications. And the most classic example of the one that I think all of us use on a daily basis is the UPI platform from all our banks, from all our partners, fintechs that are there. The key here is how do we ensure highest throughput from our platform, but at the lowest cost. At the end of the day, the cost per transaction must go down while we are increasing the transactions per second. The new unified data layer of Nutanix, which is configurable, allows our customers to go ahead and deliver this kind of a use case to internal customers as well as to the external customers at the same time reducing cost. And most importantly, in these times, customers who want instant delivery, we need to ensure the latencies while delivering some of these capabilities are the lowest possible, maybe sub-millisecond in cases of platforms like UPI mobile banking. Nutanix today is able to deliver that capability to our customers. The other one we are seeing a lot of investments around is the big data platforms. The banking and financial services customers are looking to manage the entire life cycle of their customers, starting from prospecting new potential customers to bringing them on board, to making a service sale to them, to putting in early warning systems to ensure if I've given a loan to a customer, is there any risk coming up? Do I see a potential risk 6 months down the line from the behavior of that customer? All of this is being done on new and big data platforms in their environments. Nutanix data plane provides a unified data layer for meeting all kinds of requirements, whether the big data requires an object storage at the backend, whether it requires a file storage at the backend, a block storage at the backend, you name it, the Nutanix provides you all of that in a software capability, which I think is the key today to provide agility to our customers. And finally, of course, the most important thing, which we are seeing really critical to success and smooth running of any business, is workforce modernization. Until a few years back, a lot of Indian customers did not believe in the concept of VDI, as the TCOs sometimes didn't match the expectations. But during the coronavirus times, we've seen customers adopt this very well for dual purposes, enabling the workforce and also from a security standpoint. Nutanix today has a platform that provides not just an environment to run your VDI application, whether it is Citrix, SACOPS, or Horizon. We have our own SaaS service available in the marketplace of AWS and Azure that you could leverage. Or if you're running this on-prem or in a hybrid model, maybe 60% of your workload running from a private data center and 40% from, say, a public cloud like Azure or AWS, Nutanix platform provides you that capability. A large global bank based out of Germany recently migrated over 90,000 users of theirs on a virtual desktop platform running on top of Nutanix, and that's going to be deployed in a hybrid fashion. So from a scale point of view, we have what it takes to deliver a true workforce automation platform for your users as well as your partners. The other key thing, I think we've spoken about this, which is key for almost every customer, is automation, right? And automation hits many, many different layers within our organization, starting from infrastructure as a code. You talk about providing VM as a service to providing data as a service, right? A lot of customers need object storage on the fly. Can we do that? Can we provide file storage for a KYC solution? Yes, we can do that, right? And last but not the least, databases. 80 to 90% of our data in large enterprises still continues to be structured data residing in databases. How can we offer that as a service? Not only that, I mentioned, we could be delivering all of this in a VM or in a container. Whatever the choice can be of the customer, we can deliver that for you. We understand that almost all of you have a brownfield environment. We need to integrate with your existing systems. So whether it is an ITSM tool like ServiceNow, which we have an out-of-the-box integration, or you have a DevOps pipeline that has been built up, we integrate into that and automate your operations part of the DevOps piece. Nutanix solution can easily integrate into all of this in your environments. And lastly, and most critically, these can be deployed across clouds, whether it is your private or hosted environment, or it is an AWS or Azure or GCP that you may have. Additional point I want to make here is day two operations. This is an area where essentially a lot of us forget that a lot of automation needs to bring and make life easy for our customers. I'll give you an example of what we are doing for our customers. One of the most hectic activity any customer has or large customer would have is upgrades and updates of the infrastructure. At a large bank with automation using lifecycle management, we have been able to save them 3,500 man-hours yearly on upgrades and updates of the platform, the Nutanix platform. Similarly, we continue to have tech refreshes in our data centers. We need a tool that can help us migrate workloads from old and aging infrastructure to the new infrastructure we're bringing in. With a tool like Nutanix Move, we've been able to help a mid-sized bank move about 800 virtual machines in a matter of 4 weekends, right? That's really the kind of automation we can deliver to you on day two side of things as well. Another key area, and this is one where I think limited amount of effort has gone in from vendors, all of us from the vendor fraternity, but I think one that requires a lot of attention is database modernization. Like I said earlier, still a large part of our data is structured data, and it's lying between the traditional workhorses like Oracle SQL, and in some cases with new age applications, database, scale-out databases like Postgres, Maria, Mongo that's coming up, right? We need to be able to provide a database as a service within your environments, whether it is running on public cloud or it's running in your private cloud, and automate things like provisioning, patching, copy data management, and data protection. I wanted to just share with you the results of a recent Forrester study that we have done. With Nutanix Era, we are able to deliver 97% savings in provisioning times. We are able to deliver 60% savings on copy data management storage space. This, for a large bank, would look like something in the range of 500 to 600 terabytes of storage just for a fraction of their environment. 60% of the time that a database administrator is doing in mundane activities like patching, provisioning could be reused into more important things like performance tuning, like capacity planning. And lastly, saves 87% of time that is needed in patching activities. I'm sure all of you have gone through this. Database patching is a critical activity in environment one that needs a lot of time and effort. And the last piece that I wanted to talk to you about from a Nutanix use case that we are seeing quite relevant today, considering the COVID-19 pandemic and some of the compliance related push that has come from the regulators, is how do we build an architecture where our application services should be running no matter if one of the infrastructure layers goes down. And the key to that is to build a hybrid availability environment for our applications. While we have the traditional DC and DR architectures, can we build a near DR or a BCP site on a public cloud? Nutanix today offers that capability to our customers to go ahead and deploy a near DR site on a public cloud like AWS, and very soon going live for Azure as well. The data layer that Nutanix has available makes seamless migration of applications from the DC to the near DR site. We have our inbuilt replication, which is available, and the integration into the public cloud's environments are native without having really a lot of configuration changes that are needed. For a large bank today, we are doing a pilot where we're going to make a near DR site for one of the most critical applications in their environment. If that goes smooth, we will be able to provide the bank an environment or an architecture that can sustain even a large failure in the core data center as well. This is another area where we feel a lot of work can be done, and banks and financial services institute could leverage an architecture like Nutanix clusters to go ahead and create their environments. Just to give you a snippet of Nutanix in India, we have 600 plus customers since our start of sales operations in India in 2016. We have 9 of the top 10 private sector banks leveraging Nutanix for one or the other use case, some of which I shared earlier here with you. Our global R&D side, in fact, the largest outside of the US, is based out of India. We have twin sites in Bangalore and Pune with a staff strength of over 1,200 people. Our global support center, which is supporting 24/7 operations, is based out of India, again out of the twin sites of Bangalore and Pune. In the banking and financial services space, one of our largest focus over the last 12 to 14 months has been to work with large ISV vendors who are providing you, our customers, key turnkey solutions, whether it could be a loan management system, it could be a core banking system, it could be a fraud and risk management system. We are here to partner with those vendors to ensure we deliver you an end-to-end solution. In the Q2 of FY21, we had a robust growth. So thank you to customers who are in this call, who have supported our business growth. We grew total 68% on an annual contract value, YOY, which is phenomenal considering the fact that we're all working from home and unable to meet you all. We're seeing a lot of offtake of partners. We have seen a 25% growth in the net new partners coming on board, joining Nutanix to support our products and solutions in the market with you. Our native hypervisor AHV has in fact seen an 11% growth YOY. India is in fact one of the leading markets for us globally, where 75% of our customers leverage our native hypervisor, which is available as a service to you rather than a product in itself. Despite the pandemic, we continue to add headcounts. We have had a 15% growth in our headcounts in the last quarter. And of course, we had a good growth on net new customers. We had a 27% growth, which is phenomenal. We continue to focus on that. Finally, I want to conclude by sharing this slide, which talks about the different areas where Nutanix could help you as our potential customer or as existing customer. From enterprise apps, legacy apps, in some cases, we can help modernize those. To we can help you build and support your cloud native applications. We have capability truly deploy an hybrid cloud architecture for you. Have the Nutanix present in your core data center, as well as leverage the same platform in your public cloud environments. The beauty about Nutanix has always been, and one of the reasons why a lot of customers have chosen us, is our flexibility and freedom of choice that we offer. From platforms like the hardware when you buy us on-prem, to public clouds. We already have AWS Live, Azure coming very soon, and then hopefully more vendors getting added down the line. To hypervisors, we don't force you as a customer to look at any one particular hypervisor. Choice is yours as a customer. Right? A lot of tools that we're bringing in are independent of our platform. For example, our cloud automation and lifecycle management tool called Calm can manage infrastructures which are Nutanix, as well as VMware, as well as 3-tier, and also help you provision on the cloud. So in conclusion, I would say Nutanix as a platform is mature, available to you, our customers, for deploying and taking you truly to your hybrid cloud journey. On that note, I would like to say thank you very much for spending the time here with us. Wish you a safe time till we get over this COVID-19 pandemic. And thank you very much.